looks like we're going to get into it. I do not have my new router yet because AT&T screwed up. So we're going to hope that all this kind of works out and that it won't be too much of an issue with the internet. Because if it is, I will have to do these off stream, and I really don't want to do them off stream. But we'll try. We'll definitely give it a shot here. Grab me a little smoke, get started on some stretching, get this day moving along, and then do my speed run on RE because I'm trying to break 8th rank worldwide for consoles. Right now I am ranked 8th on Not a Hero Professional. No infinite ammo. Actually, in my estimation, it's no anything because I do it no item box. Very few people are willing to take that one and give it a go just because there's no category for it. So you're really just doing extra work and not really seeing any kind of overall benefit. But personally, I think it makes it more fun, makes it more challenging. Come here. You want a snack? Come here. Up. You gotta get it. Come on. Work for it, baby. There you go. Dog loves treats, but hates having to jump up just a little bit to get him. Alrighty. Just glad to be done with making this phone call, man. AT&T, it's not even really their fault. It's, UPS's fault or FedEx or however they decided to deliver it. Because I got tracking for FedEx, right? Box had a label that said UPS. So I don't even know who to blame. But, they left. Sorry for me stopping for a second. But, they left my box, my router, in the rain. Nobody knocked on my door, nothing. Just left it in the rain. Can you believe that shit? So, after waiting this time with bad internet, I gotta wait longer for a tech to come out. Because I got bad internet. So tomorrow will be fun. I get to go to the doctors, and right after the doctors, I got to come home and sit around waiting for tech. Hopefully, everything will get straightened out. Tech will bring out a new box, and we'll be good to go. Because I just don't want to have to deal with arguing with these people and trying to explain the problem again. It's one of those things. You explain a problem once, especially if you explain it really well that one time, having to keep explaining it sucks. It's like if you're doing like a YouTube video or you're trying to record something, and you happen to flub the recording. You're not going to get that same take again. You may have lost some of the appeal of, what was behind your point. So it sucks to have to keep repeating myself. But hopefully we'll have good internet. I mean, right now we seem to be doing pretty solid. So hopefully we'll Ginyu it up, We'll get pretty far in Ginyu, and I can keep it at one solid stream. Hopefully it won't break into multiple parts. I'm just going to grab this little bit of smokage here, and I'm going to be doing stretching while I'm doing this. I have to stretch my hamstrings, just got to. So there will be gaps. I'll try and talk, though, throughout those gaps to give you, at least something more entertaining than, a still animation of SSJ4 Goku kind of floating around in the air there. Just whatever I can do to kind of keep it interesting. Because, I mean, it's Dokkan. Most people would rather be Dokkaning themselves rather than watching others. But don't get me wrong. There are some Dokkan streamers I do watch. Jay Fanta, really love his streams. I actually don't like to watch Dokkan streams, but I popped into a couple of his, and they're pretty entertaining. He keeps it up, he keeps the energy up, and he's got really creative ideas with teams. So he's definitely one to watch, in my opinion. Great content. On top of that, I love his thumbnails. His thumbnails really look on point. You can tell he really cares about the game. He's a fan of it. And that's really what keeps the game going, is people being fans of the game, loving the work, and supporting it, you know. I used to be FTP for years, never paid a dime into the game. If there had been a bunch of other people like me, the game probably wouldn't, you know, be running right now as successfully, or even running in global. It'd be probably just JP. So, you know, I mean, I've even turned myself around into somebody who feels like they should support the game. And it seems like now that there's, at least it feels like there's more people than ever supporting the game. It seems like we're getting a lot more content. They're starting to push a lot more stuff to us, especially to us older players that have, you know, we've been hanging around for a while, and there's really not much to offer us. I'm coming up on my 1,000-day LR Goku. Once I get him, they really don't have too much else they can leave available for me, because I'm working on my LR trunks. I've got, you know, a good majority of the medals necessary. And then I'm, you know, working towards my Kid Gohan. But past those, there's really not too much that the game has to offer for a player like me besides putting money in the game for pulls. You know, to try and beat other stages of SBR. As it stands right now, I have one team that can beat SBR, and it's not on a regular. I've really got to load the stage over and over, hope for the proper loadout of enemies, and then even then, I have to have a good first roll when it comes to cards and key before I can even attempt it. I do not have the best cards. Maybe it's just I'm not the greatest with team building, because my team is I don't even know if it's modified at this point. I grabbed a team from Derp Strats. That's another streamer I'm a fan of. He had a Super STR team, which is the one I'm running right now. I believe he actually used the same exact cards, if I'm not mistaken. Maybe I switched one card, but it's the reason I got through SBR. So, especially if you like Dokkan streamers, go follow Derp Strats. The dude is smart as fuck when it comes to building teams. He spends the game takes a lot of time to really invest into understanding how you want to build the team, how that team is going to play out, and how links are going to go to help motivate other characters through the team become better. And he really had something with this idea, with this team. It creates a crusher of a team. And we're just picking up Genyus, which is lovely. I love when I can pick up the cards on a constant. This is one of my favorite events, because usually getting the whole Ginyu force, you will get extra Birders, extra Guldos, extra Jaces. You know, you're going to get these extras. You feed them right to Baba once you're done. Once you've got your 10-10 and your pathing open, you just feed them to Baba. And there's extra points. It's awesome. I love it. You know, and I'm pretty excited to get the full Ginyu team, because it's a team I run on JP all the time. If I can run it, I'm going to run it. As long as it doesn't interfere with something. Like right now they did the, I don't know what android it is. It's that female android they just released, though. But they've got her going on right now. And, you know, she's, shit, what was I going to say? Oh yeah, she requires certain cards in order to have better odds of pulling medals and extra items and pulling extra of her card. You know, there's that extra shit in there. Those ones, obviously, I'm going to avoid using the Ginyu team, because it just means I'm going to have to spend more sta, and I'm going to spend more time farming. So, but other than that, man, it's Ginyu all the way. Love the team. And I'm hoping that there's going to be a lot of the people that'll love the team too, and that we will get the friend search function and leader skill setting function that's in JP that allows you to set whatever leader card you want. That way when people are looking for a partner, it doesn't matter what team you've selected, because you can select a separate leader card. I like that idea. And then on top of that, the ability to really break down your search by type and by, well, I guess it's another type, extreme and super, and then there's also the actual types like Phi, AGL, and all that stuff. But you get where I'm going with it. But yeah, it's a dope game, dude. It's a really dope game. Personally, I think it's a lot more of a dope game for new players, but at the same time, being an old player, there's a lot of cards I have that other people just don't have and aren't going to have for a long time or may not have ever. Like the Tourney Win cards. I don't know if they ever plan to put those in pulls or if those have ever been added into pulls. I've never seen people pull any of them. But the Int Super Trunks that came out, I grabbed that one. I also grabbed the Super Saiyan Mighty Mask. So I got both of those. But I was not able to get the AGL Vegito. I would kill to get that AGL Vegito. Very dope looking card. The stats aren't great on it, but it's an impressive looking card. It's a nice trophy card. I just think it's cool, personally. Love to have my hands on one. All right, let's keep moving, man. Let's keep moving. May as well stick with this since we got singles. It allows us to get the most that we can. So far, these have actually been going really good. Usually by about the time I hit 30 runs is by the time that the card is rainbowed and I have him at 10-10, all that good stuff. Obviously, he's going to be, rainbow, 10-10 if he's a rainbow, but you can get where I'm going with it. But yeah, I love grinding for the Ginyus. They are easily my favorite team to play in the game. Very fun team, especially with them being rainbow. They have, that unpredictability of potentially countering, doubling, or any stuff like that. Well, not countering, but blocking or avoiding, my mistake. Especially with Birder, man. I cranked him out on avoidance, and then you throw him in first slot when you have him. He has pretty high dodge. It's not guaranteed. I've had it fail on me a lot, but it's a pretty high dodge. Definitely respectable for being F2P. Like I said, an F2P team that's all rainbow. Very dope stuff. And for the people that haven't experienced this team on rainbow, that haven't gotten a chance to play it, when you do get your hands on this team, you'll understand why it took so long for the team to be released. And there's really only one reason why it took so long, is because the team is beast. It's a beast team. And if you're new to playing the game, it, I guess, de-incentivizes you to pay money for pulls. Like I said, I played the game 2 fucking years before I started putting any money in it. And when you got a team like that can crush Dokkan events, you kind of take away a little bit of the reason why people are going to pull for cards, especially when now you're trying to, rather than have universal leader cards that fit really well into multiple teams, you're starting to create these very specific team-oriented cards. It's just a really booster team, and they're solid. I like them. All right, let's go ahead, and we got to train up Ginyu a little bit, because we do not have a lot of slots. Come on, there we go. Okay. Actually, you know what? I'm wondering why I'm low on slots. So maybe, no, there's nothing for auto. Okay, so we're just going to train. Well, you know what? We're going to see if we can bottle some stuff. I have so much in my inventory, and a lot of it's being saved up, to hit essays on other cards. And it sucks to have to do that, but, they're just going to sit there. And because they're just going to sit there, I've got to constantly create inventory space. So I've spent a lot of stones getting my inventory space up, as I'm sure a lot of longtime players have. Okay, I've done all that, so let's actually go to the characters and see if there is anything we can dump. Because I've got just way too many cards, especially with all the Grand Kai that have been floating around lately. They've really maxed me out on inventory usage. I may just have to pick, I'm just going to have to pick up another inventory slot. Or another 5 inventory slots, my mistake. Whatever. It'll set me back 1 stone. I'm just, I'm free to play right now to a degree because I've already kind of burnt my money. So I'm not trying to spend too much more. I do not have $50 plus change to dump on the 150 stone pack, so it is what it is. I thought I was actually going to have a little lull there. Surprisingly, we're loading pretty good, though. Okay. Now that we've done that, we don't have to push the Ginyus right away, because personally, I'd rather be able to have 4 to 5 Ginyus to push into him. That way I can optimize his leveling up as much as possible. I don't want to have to put any extra cards into leveling him up if I can help it. I just want to make it as smooth and easy of a transition into his UR rainbow form as possible. And I'm pretty excited that, like I said, the Ginyu Force is here, finally. We got him. I've been waiting for him. And in a couple more days, a lot of people will have a complete Ginyu Force. I know that for a fact. I am one of the people that I'm moving more slowly on it because I've got 3 games I'm playing. I'm playing Global, I'm playing JP, and I'm playing Legends. And Legends is, oh my God, it just takes forever to get anywhere in that game. Legends, oh boy, Legends. Those tickets, man. I don't get me wrong, I love the skip tickets. I think the skip tickets are phenomenal for the idea behind them. My problem is, if I have a full 10 star on my bar, I don't want to click, 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 click just to try and burn those 10. I should be able to select the stage, select a maximum of tickets based on how much star I have, and then let it roll. Even if it wants to individually load each stage, at least it keeps me from having to tap as much, right? It at least keeps it going in a flow. Try and come up with some way to do it that like they did with the rainbow system, where instead of picking one at a time, you can pick a bunch. Speed up the game a little bit, because there's a lot that goes into this game. There's a lot. And I think some people don't really understand how much goes into it. Bandai... I've been playing Global so long, dude. I had a card that I had reversed from their Dokkan form, and I didn't realize it, and I thought I couldn't Dokkan the card. I didn't realize it was just a reversed card. It took them over 2 weeks to figure out that it was just a reversed card when I complained to them about this. 2 weeks for something that simple. Come on. Now, I understand I made the mess up, and it's my account, but they're the ones that created the fucking game, okay? Or at least, I don't know if the American... see, that's the thing. I don't know what side that tech support goes to. If that goes to, a global type tech support that covers both games, or how they handle it. But it's definitely something dealing with them, But I will admit, back in the day, they did save my account. They saved my account big time. I had stopped playing for a while or something. I'm not sure of the specifics behind it, but I lost my account. I was unable to log in, and I was still F2P completely, so I didn't really worry about it too much, but I did want it back, and I got a hold of them, and they helped me get my account back. I was able to tell them some of the cards that were in the account based on some photos and memorization that I had, and they believed me that it was my account, and I got it back, luckily. So now I'm very protective of my account, Speaking of, I'll actually have to update the transfer codes again, just in case, because I know those last for only about a month, and then they go bad, and I don't want to be stuck with a bad transfer code. I want to always make sure my game is available to be played, because, unless I'm speedrunning Resident Evil, this really is the game that I play, I've been sitting here waiting to smoke, and I haven't smoked, just because I'm caught up in the game. I'm caught up talking, and I'm caught up in the game. It's just a really cool game. Let's see. Okay. And hopefully we can get another Ginyu. And just keep those Ginyus rolling through. Yep, lovely. I like it. Alright, cool. The internet actually loaded. I got scared there for a second. I saw the pop. Come on. Come on. We saw the pop. There you go. I knew I saw the screen pop. Okay, so we've got about half of our star down. And we're just going to keep grinding on Ginyu. We're going to take Ginyu to the park. And we're going to let him learn. He's going to get that rainbow learning. That rainbow knowledge. That way he can throw some multis. Because if you get him throwing multi, oh, dude, he does damage. He's a hitter. Ginyu is a hitter, for sure. You know, and running both Ginyu and Goku Ginyu by, side by side, the fuckers are mean, man. Grabbing some more orbage. I'm not even going to bother with the pathing or even touching anything until I get, him 10-10 and open up his paths. Then I'll start, actually dumping points into to see where I'm at and what I need. Because right now it's just going to be me bouncing back and forth if I started now. Oh, I was hoping for one more one. But yeah, AT&T, they sent that router out, man, and it was in the rain. Like, I don't know when they delivered it, because I didn't get a knock on the door or anything, but they must have delivered it a while ago, because the only spot on my porch that was wet was the spot that the box was sitting in. Everything else had dried up. So it had been there for a minute, and they double boxed the stuff. So not only was the outside box soaked, the inside box was soaked. Like, I literally was on the phone with one hand, and I was tearing the box open with the other while, I was talking to the people over at AT&T. It was crazy. I pull the box out, or the inside box out, and I open that one up, and the plastic wrapping the electronics has got water in it. So I'm like, no, I'm not plugging this in. That's the last thing I'm going to do. So now they got to send out a text since UPS or FedEx or whoever delivered it. It's a little bit too much for them to deliver packages proper. I don't know. That's one thing that sucks about living where I live. There's only so many mailboxes, and UPS and FedEx, and then they don't deliver to those mailboxes. There's just not enough room. So packages get stolen and all that good stuff. It's just really fun sometimes being out this way. I'll tell you right now, unless you own the private property, don't live on it. Don't live on private property, because it's just a headache. It's really just a nightmare. Police will only show up when they're called. They don't patrol or anything like that. Even though we have a police station like 2 miles up, they don't come here to patrol. They only show up when they're called. And we have a lot of people in here that are, they got bad warrants on them, that they need to get picked up. There's other people that are drug dealing and carrying guns that they shouldn't be carrying out this way. It's intense, so the cops are constantly out here picking people up, especially when, you'll have one person registered to a place, but they'll have like 6 other people that can't get places because of the problems that they have. and then they end up living in our area. So it becomes fun. I think it was like last year, somebody got stabbed over some drugs out here in the front of the park. So yeah, definitely hood out here. So yeah, the Ginyu grind, Captain Ginyu. I should have waited till this. Come on. Please load. Please load. You were doing so well. I honestly believe my hand blocks the signal on this phone. I could be wrong, but it just feels like it. Ginyu. Can you do the Ginyu? Ready. All right. Boom. Okay. We've already got one more waiting. Since he's a 6'10", that technically gives us 7'10", so 3 more, and he'll be a 10'10", and then from there, we can hit his pathing. I just figure if I'm going to already push into 10-10 with cards anyway, I may as well use those same cards to push his level up as well. Come on. There we go. Alright, let's load up what we need to load up. Come on. See, everybody's using... It sucks, man. So many people got those LRs, and I just happened to be one that dumped like 400 stones into those banners, and then including the tickets, and did not pull a 1. Yeah, I got the Phi LR trunks off the other tickets, and I got the Goten and trunks LR, but, you know, it seems like a lot of people got those. It seems like a lot of people did. Even my fucking girlfriend got... Well, used to be girlfriend. Like, before, you know, things happened. She ended up getting the LR trunks before I did off the tickets. Like, it's insane. The only reason I got the AGL LR trunks and Goten was because of those individual quad 3 banners that they were giving out orbs for. Those banners had a decent percentage to pull, and after pulling on 3 of them, I finally hit an LR. I had pulled on the Int, I had pulled on the Tech, and then I finally pulled on the AGL, and the AGL was the one, you know. But it blew my mind, you know, to even get that. And then when the trunks, that was unexpected. Completely unexpected. I was pulling the tickets, it was like yesterday, the day before, and I was just running my mouth saying how shitty the tickets were, and all of a sudden, as I'm tapping real quickly through the animation, because I didn't see red, I noticed it was trunks, and I just paused for a second. I was like, there's no way. And then, yeah, kind of set in, and I was like, yep, this is trunks. This is happening. I got him. So, a lot of luck there, and a lot of unexpected events. It's pretty cool, though. Because I don't have many LRs, and the LRs I do have, like I said, they're LRs that a lot of people seem to have gotten. So, I kind of feel like I should have gotten them. the one I'm really eyeballing right now is Goku Black. Because if I can get the LR Goku Black between him and some of the other cards I have for Extreme Tech, I think I can build a team for SBR. I don't know for sure, but I think I can. Alright. I'm gonna grab one more bowl, because I think I can just finish this stuff up before I start stretching. That way I don't have to interrupt anything. And you guys can get a full solid stream. I just want to check really quick. Yeah, okay, it's working. I know at this point I should feel confident my stream is actually streaming, but, Mob Crush, they really have me fucked up. Their streaming service was so unreliable. And their tech support, pretty much blamed me. Basically saying, well, is your app updated? Is your phone updated? Do you have this setting? Oh, shit, I didn't mean to do that. And all this stuff. And I got fed up with it. I was like, I know it's not me. I don't have a problem with the settings. I've been through this more than enough. I've spent more than enough time Google searching the information and going through your own site's troubleshooting. Like, I don't need the third degree. I can go elsewhere. And I did. And now I use Omelet Arcade, and so far it seems to be pretty solid. Definitely a much better service as opposed to them. No complaints yet. Definitely no complaints yet. Shit, had I not started using them, I wouldn't be streaming right now. Especially considering it's simul streaming, or simulcasting, however you want to, because it's going to both YouTube and Twitch, which is nice. That way, if Twitch wants to delete things after so long, because at least for the information I've gathered from Twitch, I haven't used it that long, but the information I've gathered, it seems like the stuff lasts maybe 15 to 30 days, and then it's wiped. So this way, I get an archive on YouTube. I have both audiences from YouTube and Twitch, and I can still stream on Twitch as well. It works out good. But Mob Crush, it had an issue running both. It was one or the other, and it was mainly Twitch, and even when it was Twitch, it wasn't always working. And it would suck to sit down and do a stream and then turn around and see nothing, and then not only see nothing, but when you're asking for help, you have to wait 48 hours, and then when you get a response, and after the 48 hours, the response is, well, this is your fault. It's like, no, it's not. It's definitely not, because I'm streaming fine now, and all I did was change the app that I used. I changed the service. So, and it's not like I have some knockoff phone that it just doesn't work with. I've got an iPhone 10. There should be absolutely no reason that it doesn't work with it. I'm not trying to brag or anything, but it's one of the top phones on the market, at least when we're talking about mainstream. So considering a large portion of the population uses iPhones, and this is the newest one, you would hope that they were ready for it. But, I don't know. Apparently they weren't. There are other people that use the service and are happy with it. I don't know about people that do it off the phone, but whatever. I found my way, and Omelet Arcade is the way. So that's the way I'm going. Cottonmouth like a motherfucker. I still gotta finish one more smoke. I'm just trying to get myself mentally ready for this stretching. I like stretching, but at the same time I hate it because I've got certain problem areas that I'm trying to fix, and it's bilateral. So, I've got one issue on one side, And it makes me have compensation problems everywhere else. So I've got to constantly stretch that shit out. And since, there we go. I had to crack my chest there. That sucks. So much pain. I think I might be doing front squat routine tonight. If I do that, it's definitely going to have to be mobile. You know, the hips got to be mobile. And I think I'm going to do that because I need to work on the quads and everything like that. Like, I know my quads are decent. It's funny, you know, when you go to a doctor and you got to talk to them about problems you have, and they look at you and they say, well, you know, these muscles, you know, I could see these muscles, you look strong. And they give you like the third degree of like, well, you know, you're a personal trainer and all this stuff, why you have these problems. It's like, I don't know. You know, I don't know. I have arthritis. I have osteoarthritis in multiple spots of my body. So that alongside, you know, having degenerative disc disease, and lifting heavy, I'm pretty sure it's going to take a toll on my body. You know, it's going to make it degrade faster. It's just kind of how it is. But they don't seem to really understand that. So I just got to kind of play it as safe as possible. And since nobody really has any good solid advice on how to fix my knee issue with my meniscus, I'm just going to strengthen the muscles around that area. Which means the calf, the quad, the hamstring, all that good stuff. And, you know, just to kind of give it as much support in that area as possible. Because all physical therapy is going to do is the same thing. And I can't even get into physical therapy yet because I have a new doctor now. So it's all circular, you know. You come back around from one point to another and you come back there again. It's just, that's why I don't really like dealing with doctors. They kind of run me in circles, you know, they'll get me started on something, then they'll take it away, and they'll get me started on something else and take it away, and it's just like, you know, get me locked into one thing, and let's ride that one thing out if it works, you know, there's no need to switch up. You know, people are creatures of habit, man, and we already got to deal with all the constant changing things to make us have to deal with that uncomfortability. But it's like now you want to start messing with the medications that are allowing me to function properly, and I'm the one that's going to have to deal with the end result, not them, you know. If something screws up with me and I have a health problem because of it, they're not going to be held liable. Nothing's going to happen to them, more than likely, you know. They'll fight tooth and nail to protect their doctors. So it's like I got to watch out for myself. I got to make sure that I believe what the doctor's telling me is accurate and not just an agenda-driven kind of thing. Like with my knee, you know, I was told by the Henry Ford Health System that my knee has patellar tendonitis. Now, it's possible it does. I'm not saying it doesn't. But there's also an issue with my meniscus, which I've cracked. I believe I've cracked it based on, you know, the noise, the pain, how it feels, how it, you know, functions now and everything. And even after the MRI results saying that there's some wearing and fraying and fissuring and all that with it in that area. So I know it's damaged, but they don't want to acknowledge that it is damaged, even though I mentioned that that's where my issue is with my knee. That's where my complaint is. That's where my pain and my discomfort's coming from. That's where my, my balance on that foot feels off. It didn't happen until, you know, that got cracked. And they didn't really care. They're like, nope, it's patellar tendonitis. That's your problem. That's it. And so I said, no, you're wrong, and left. When a doctor has an agenda and that's all they're concerned about, and they don't want to understand my point of view, even when I'm not like, I mean, what is the end? It's not like I'm coming in there looking for drugs or anything. I'm literally just trying to get my problem taken care of in whatever way possible, and they're not even acknowledging the problem that I have. They're trying to say I have a different problem. Like, that's sketchy, you know? That's super sketchy. You know, had I come in there and said, yeah, I've got some pain, give me some medication, I get that. But I didn't. I just want to know what's going on with the meniscus specifically, because if I can figure out specifically what's going on with it, I can learn about how to work around it and what I can do to fix, areas of the musculature that are around it in order to improve it. Because there's no way to repair the meniscus besides like surgery or an injection. And from what I know of, my insurance isn't going to give me an injection, and I don't think it's bad enough to warrant an injection. So it would be considered elective at this point. So, like I said, just about strengthening it. I had a weak night the other night. I only got up to about like 225 for 8. But it was 5 sets, 8 reps each. So, going a little bit more into the volume range. But considering my max is only 285, it's not too bad. But I'm a small guy. I wish I had more weight on, but it is very hard for me to add weight. Just, 1 minute my weight's up, the next minute it's down. And it's kind of what happens when you have, like, bipolar depression, like bipolar type 2. Your moods will completely shift all the time. And that shift will fuck with you wanting to eat. Like, straight up, you just won't feel hungry. I've even had it where it's overridden hunger pains. Just, like, I didn't even notice until, I got to the end of the day and was like, damn, I didn't eat a thing. That shit makes it really hard to work out. But I deal with it. It is what it is. But the streaming, I guess, is kind of a way for me to have some kind of outlet. I don't really have friends. My mother is estranged. My father is not exactly understanding of the problems that I have when it comes to dealing with people. I've never been actually diagnosed with agoraphobia, but I cannot stand being around people, like, just in general. It just, even if they don't have a problem with me, even if they're, don't even care about me or not even acknowledging me, there's a physical feeling that comes off of these people, and I feel it when I'm around them. It makes me very sweaty, very uncomfortable. I just don't like it. It's, I guess the best way to explain it would be like feeling like a trapped animal that just kind of wants to escape. And so I avoid a lot of things, and it's kind of put me in a shit position in life. I'm not great with dealing with people. I'm very awkward when it happens. I get very nervous. I stumble over my words. I combine words, which makes it, me say weird, stupid stuff that aren't, that isn't even a word. It is what it is, though. But, since I don't really have anybody to talk to, this kind of gives me something, is what I'm saying, so I guess it's nice to be able to have something to unwind with. I just need to figure out a way to get the quality of my streams better. I don't know if it's my internet and it's just basing the quality of the stream on the internet, because I've flipped through the settings and I can't, I've got it set for the best quality on the stream settings on YouTube, and the same with Twitch. And Omelet Arcade doesn't offer anything to adjust those settings, so I'm not sure what I can do. But, yeah. This looks like it'll be the last play for Ginyu right now. Oh, excuse me, man. Got some belching. Nope. Can't be tired. Gotta do stretching. Alright, well, surprisingly, I didn't jump into stretching. I was actually pretty locked into working on Ginyu. So you guys got a pretty, condensed stream, at least in terms of grinding. Let's take a look here. He only needs 4 more. 1, 2, 3, 4. And let's see what we can do to get him up. We can probably... maybe not. Let's do it. There we go. Okay. So, there we go. Ginyu is 10-10, and he's ready to be Dokkanned. I'm going to do the Dokkanning off stream, and I'm also going to do the rainbowing off stream, just because I post that stuff on my IG, and I can't, like, screen record and stream at the same time unless I want it in high quality. I'm not sure why. I really don't understand why it does that, why it lowers the quality, but it is what it is. Well, thanks for watching, guys. I should be back a little bit later today with some more grinding, so just, stay tuned.